happy that we made this of an impression how the neighborhood looks like. You will definitely enjoy the property. I'm pretty positive. This looks very nice.
What if we take you to the summit of absolute exclusivity?
We are called the most expensive designer in the world. But if you can afford us, I assure you we are not expensive.
Accompany us on a journey to the birthplace of the most luxurious dreams and meet the people who make them a reality.
At the end of the day, we build toys. Whatever they are, whatever size they are, they're toys. And the owners are really, they like to play with their toys.
The Circle of Gentlemen, regal things for men. Bespoke footwear, masterfully crafted by hand, a rarity these days, but not extinct.
Once you've gone for a tailored shoe, you'll never come back. It stays with you and brings forth a certain passion.
A decadent enthusiasm that comes with a price.
These are produced in Budapest. Every pair is completely one of a kind, handmade by a master of his craft.
The most expensive men's shoes in Europe are produced from the most dazzling leathers in the world.
Hand manufacturing is so important with cordovan leather because each piece is completely different when it comes to us. From start to finish, shell cordovan takes 6 months and it's approximately 130 different steps.
It's here that the classic shoe from Budapest is lovingly handcrafted into existence.
The high brass point at the front, the typical perforation, a wingtip, all this combines to personify the Budapest shoe.
A bespoke shoe is an investment which rewards for decades.
These shoes develop a wonderful patina. They actually age splendidly.
Budapest is the birthplace of the shoemakers, with arguably the world's most famous custom-made shoes. Here, a true man of the world will find the noblest bespoke footwear. The German brand's tale stretches as far back as the year 1879. During this epoch, Heinrich Dinkelacker established the first shoe factory in all of southern Germany. A century later, production was shifted to Budapest.
Anyone who values their appearance highly pairs their outfit with an according shoe, and this is the Budapest shoe. There is none superior.
The bespoke atelier awaits us in the province of Budapest. Each year, around 10,000 custom kicks leave the factory to meet their new lovers. Here, an apex of quality leathers arises from the planet's finest tanneries. These include delights such as buffalo calf from Italy, fine calf suede from France, or sturdy water buffalo from Germany.
We have around 40 shoemakers in our manufactory. However, each craftsman only handles 2 to 3 tasks in the entire process, tasks he or she is specialized in.
Before our shoes are ready to wear, they've already walked a long path during the manufacturing. To be concise, the bespoke shoe consists of 70 individual parts, combined during 300 work steps.
Prices for a bespoke shoe begin at €1,500. Once we've created a tailored loafer, it usually lasts 20 years. We can create multiple pairs from this one stencil. Many people have problem feet and need a custom fit. Some simply already have a tailored suit and want a matching shoe.
Bespoke kicks are probably not for the impatient. Waiting time 6 months. The iconic loafer has been a staple of classic business style since time immemorial. The renaissance of bespoke footwear, custom cobbled by masters of their craft, guarantee the zenith of comfort. Optionally, choose your own design from the lavish leather selection.
Most clients tend to simply want business lasts. They want the complete package. They want to have the choice. They say they have shoes, but they want them in differing leather variants, in varying sole types. You are part of the process. You can decide which direction we go in. The base design, the actual shoe, what should it be, what color. It's great fun to influence the process.
Customers begin to get a first glimpse of their own individually tailored shoe when they talk to the specialist advisors in the Berlin workshop. Christoph Renner is a master shoemaker in the 3rd generation who began his training around 30 years ago. The difference between tailor-made and mass-produced shoes is very obvious.
An industry certain sense of standardization. This hypothetical foot does not actually exist. There is no foot that perfectly fits this average measurement. That means that any mass-produced shoe is essentially a compromise.
As the governing craftsman, he commands all work steps, from the lasts to the last step. And yet the expert measures out the client's feet, analyzes weak spots,
combina com o teu
aí ele combina.
Essa foto ficou muito show.
Ele combina com esse chapéu aqui. Aí usar um outro tipo de óculos, que esse aqui não combinou muito, mas um óculos menorzinho assim. Até tem um lá nesse giro meio arredondadozinho, fica show. Ele não é preto, né? Porque tá de noite agora.
É preto.
É preto, né?
É preto.
E ele combina com aquele colete lá.
Minha filha também faz tatuagem.
Eu já conheci ela.
É artista, Maria Vitória. Você segue ela aí no Instagram, não? Mavi Inc. Mavi Inc. Minha filha faz uns trabalhos maravilhosos.
Mavi. Ponto ou tudo junto?
Puxa, deixa eu ver como é que é. Agora não lembro direito.
Esse aqui, eu acho. Mavi, que na internet tá meio ruim, não tá
Eu
vendo a
acho
foto
que é
dela,
esse.
mas... É.
Ela mesmo. Recebi os trabalhos dela também, cara. Tá se dando bem, graças a Deus. Todo dia a freguesinha vem atrás dela aí.
Show, eu conheci ela pessoalmente.
Gracinha, tá feliz da vida. Artista, autodidata.
Ela tem um traço bem fininho. Eu
É.
fiz um agora recente, um xicrinho de café.
É, ela trabalha nessa linha, coisas delicadas, tá vendo? Tá pegando fama, danadinha. É, combina com o teu
aí ele combina.
Essa foto ficou muito show.
Ele combina com esse chapéu aqui. Aí usar um outro tipo de óculos, que esse aqui não combinou muito, mas um óculos menorzinho assim. Até tem um lá nesse giro meio arredondadozinho, fica show. Ele não é preto, né? Porque tá de noite agora.
É preto.
É preto, né?
É preto.
E ele combina com aquele colete lá.
Minha filha também faz tatuagem.
Eu já conheci ela.
É artista, Maria Vitória. Você segue ela aí no Instagram, não? Mavi Inc. Minha filha faz uns trabalhos maravilhosos.
Navio, ponto ou tudo junto?
Puxa, bem, deixa eu ver como é que é, agora não lembro direito.
Esse aqui, eu acho. Navio, que na internet tá meio ruim, não tá
Eu
vendo a
acho que
foto
é
dela,
esse.
mas...
É ela mesmo. Recebi os trabalhos dela também, tá se dando bem, graças a Deus. Todo dia a freguesinha vem atrás dela aí.
Show, eu conheci ela, pessoalmente.
Hey, more helicopter reviews. Woohoo! So this week we are flying one of my favorite helicopters. Favorite in many ways. And if someone wants to buy me one of these for Christmas, that would be all good. This is, of course, an EC-120B, which is a Eurocopter helicopter, now Airbus. And these are fairly new aircraft. You know, they started producing these, first flew about 1995. And they sell 10, 15 of these a year, so there's about 5 to 600 around. It's a slightly larger brother, which is the EC-130, which is this model is a more popular helicopter because it holds more. This EC-120 is really a 4-passenger helicopter. You got the pilot and then 3 passengers in the back and 1 passenger up front. So yeah, the EC-130, which is basically the same frame and similar to other aircraft that Eurocopter produce or Airbus now produce, holds 3 people, 1 pilot, 2 passengers, and 4 people across the back. So it's a lot more popular, the EC-130, because it has a larger passenger capacity. And what, of course, is unique about these...
and we fall to the floor, the rest of the day stand still. But when things go... Nossa, difícil não! Vai ralar! Sangue no olho! Aluno 22! Sangue no olho! Aluno 22! Pra afastar o cara!
aircraft is that they have this enclosed tail, and the reason for the enclosed tail is a number of things. Firstly, and probably mostly, it reduces the sound. Believe it or not, in helicopters most of the sound actually comes from the tail rotor, not the main rotor. Especially a main rotor that's got 3 or more blades is a little quieter than a twin rotor helicopter. But yeah, the enclosed tail substantially reduces the noise that helicopters make, and where helicopters have to operate and make as little noise as possible, it's these helicopters which are very popular in those environments. So yeah, this EC-120 is obviously a turbine helicopter. It means it's run by a jet which goes through a turbine, which then reduces gears and runs.
Gracinha, tá feliz da vida. Artista, autodidata.
Ela tem um traço bem fininho. Eu fiz um agora recente, um xicrinho de café.
É, ela trabalha nessa linha, coisas delicadas, tá vendo? Fama, nadinha. É, combina com o teu
aí ele combina.
Essa foto ficou muito show.
Ele combina com esse chapéu aqui. Aí usar um outro tipo de óculos, que esse aqui não combinou muito, mas um óculos menorzinho assim. Eu até tem um lá nesse giro meio arredondadozinho, fica show. Ele não é preto, né? Porque tá de noite agora.
É preto.
É preto, né?
É preto.
E ele combina com aquele colete lá.
Minha filha também faz.
So it's got a turbine engine, and we'll talk a bit more about that when we take a tour around the outside of the aircraft. But it produces about 500 horsepower, I believe. This helicopter is also pretty fast. It will cruise at 120 knots, which is about 130 miles an hour, and it can go pretty high. It can go up to about 17,000 feet. So it's a high performance light helicopter basically, and it's got a modern cockpit as well. We'll go over the cockpit when we start up, but it's a bit more of a glass display where most of the functions are replicated on the LED displays as opposed to the old-fashioned gauges and so forth. But just as a reminder, before we jump out and talk to John, who's going to be our pilot again, same pilot as last week's helicopter, I'll quickly run you through the controls one more time so that you're familiar with what we're doing when we're flying the helicopter. Today I'll be doing a little bit of flying as well as John, so that's going to be fun. But yeah, so once again, the three main controls are the cyclic, which is this lever right in the middle here, which does the forward, back, side to side movement.
É artista, Maria Vitória, você segue ela aí no Instagram, não? Mavi Inc. Mavi Inc. Minha filha faz uns trabalhos maravilhosos.
Mavi, ponto ou tudo junto?
Puxa, bem, deixa eu ver como é que é, agora não lembro direito.
Esse aqui, eu acho. Mavi Inc. A internet tá meio ruim, não tá
Eu
vendo a
acho
foto
que é
dela, mas...
É ela mesmo. Eu recebi os trabalhos dela também, tá se dando bem, graças a Deus. Todo dia a freguesinha vem atrás dela aí.
Show, eu conheci ela pessoalmente um dia que eu conheci.
Gracinha, tá feliz da vida. Artista, autodidata.
Ela tem um traço bem fininho. Eu
É.
fiz um agora recente, um xicrinho de café.
É, ela trabalha nessa linha, coisas delicadas, tá vendo? Tá pegando fama, danadinha. É, combina com o teu
Aí ele combina.
Essa foto ficou muito show.
Ele combina com esse chapéu aqui. Aí usar um outro tipo de óculos, que esse aqui não combinou muito, mas um óculos menorzinho assim. Até tem um lá nesse estilo meio arredondadozinho, fica show. Ele não é preto, né? Porque tá de noite agora.
É preto.
É preto mesmo?
Preto.
E ele combina com aquele colete lá.
Helicopter. Down by my left hand, you can see it here as well, is the big collective, which collectively changes the pitch of the rotors and lifts the helicopter up and down, or makes it go faster when it's moving forward. Also on that collective is the throttle, which as you're pulling in more power, you need to add more throttle. Depending on the helicopter, some helicopters, this one included, has what's known as a governor, which automatically manages the throttle for you. And then, of course, down at your feet are what looks like rudder pedals, but are actually adjusting the pitch of the tail rotor blades, so that as the helicopter's engine is turning the rotor one way, the helicopter has a tendency to turn the other way, and that's what the tail rotor is, what stops it from doing that. Of course, it provides a degree of steering as well. So, yeah, the anti-torque rotor pedals on the floor there is what keeps the helicopter straight and allows you to turn on your own axis. So those are the basics of the controls. This is a much more complicated helicopter than the one with the Bell 47 we flew last time, and so it's going to take us a little longer to go through some of the features. But you know, this is, believe it or not, as helicopters get newer, they actually get easier to fly because there's a lot more automation involved, and the helicopter helps you with a lot more things. So, I find the larger the helicopter, actually, the easier they are to fly often. So that's about all I've got to say about the EC120. What we're going to do is we're going to take a bit of a quick tour around the outside, then we're going to go through the startup procedures, and then we're going to take it for a flight and try a few maneuvers in it, and then come back and land. So I hope you guys enjoy another helicopter review from Nick Murray, and hopefully we'll make it back safely as always. And I'm going to keep trying to bring you helicopter reviews throughout the summer. Depending on how much you guys enjoy these. You know, I really enjoy flying different types of helicopters, so I enjoyed making these videos, and so I'm going to try.
scintillatingly, and herefrom creates the lasts.
Here we can clearly see that the feet are quite different. This one is more tapered, but also therefore more lowered here.
Anyway, on with the outside tour. Thanks. Okay, so you probably recognize John from last week's video. He's going to be flying with me again today, and he's the chief pilot for this helicopter, the EC-120B. And anything you want to say about this fine aircraft, John?
Oh, it's beautiful,
isn't it?
It's all composite. It's a beautiful Airbus product.
Yep.
Flies beautifully. Virtually maintenance free,
right.
And a lot of luggage space.
Right. Shall we take a walk around outside
Sure.
of it?
Absolutely. This aircraft here is fitted with the emergency floats.
Yeah.
As you can see.
Now I've read that the shape of the landing gear is so that wires will run unimpeded along the bottom if you hit a wire. Have you heard about that? No.
I have not.
But it makes sense, I guess.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Except on this, if it hits the floats,
yeah,
you're
screwed.
Be
Yeah.
Screwed.
Yep.
Nice thing about this aircraft is this big sliding door.
Right.
And this seat pack here detaches with 2 pins.
Oh, so this comes out very easily.
It comes out very easily. So this aircraft is very versatile. You can have, this door off and the sliding door open.
Okay.
One of the beautiful things is doing aerial photography or video work during the wintertime. We can have the door closed, get on station, and open it. We can open
really?
and close the door during flight,
Nice.
as long as we slow down to 80 knots.
And is there a pass through between the cabin and the storage in the back?
There is.
Okay.
There's a panel, removable panel there. So all this area in here is accessible.
Yep.
If you wanted to put two floors or ladders,
Yeah, in there. It passes all the way through.
it can pass all the way through. And according to the flight manual,
Oh, wow.
you can take that rear door off. So this panel right here is the one that's removable.
Oh, I see. Oh, it's got a big storage area down here.
Yeah, so you got all this area.
Good smuggler's aircraft.
Yeah. And you can take this rear door off.
Yep.
And fly without this on.
Okay.
And I've actually done that. If you want to take a look at the other side of the baggage area.
Oh, I see, yep. Oh, and you've got more circuit breakers up here as well. So what's the engine? It's a 500 horsepower, around about?
Yeah, it's a 509
Yep.
shaft horsepower, turbo mecha.
Yep. And of course the most distinguishable thing about these aircraft is this.
Is this Fenestron
Yep.
tail rotor anti-torque system.
Yep.
It's
And these are staggered for noise reduction, are they?
correct. It's actually the stators on the other side.
Yeah.
That,
Oh, okay.
That are staggered.
Yep.
That